Guys, it's Liliana from Vanilla and Canela here, and today I have the homemaking tag for you. Now, I saw this tag on Fancy That with Candice channel, who had actually seen it on Page Danielle's channel, and the creators of this tag are Lauren Midgley and Halo Beauty. Now, I will put a link to the four ladies below. I'm a huge fan of Fancy That with Candice and Page Danielle, but I have to admit I've never heard of the creators of the tag, so I will be checking them out later. So make sure if you fancy that you go and check them out. But I definitely recommend Page Danielle and Fancy That with Candice. So this tag is basically a load of questions about being a stay-at-home mom or being a homemaker. So let's just jump straight into it. So I have all the questions on my laptop, so I'll be glancing over to read them. So here's the first question. Number 1, have you ever heard anyone say anything negative to you about staying at home / working from home? No one has come out and said, oh, you're a stay-at-home mum or whatever. No one's ever said that to me. They have made a couple of comments. Number 1 was, so what do you do all day? Or I would be so bored staying at home, I have to work, which is fine. Each to their own. This is 2017 and I can do whatever the hell I want, right? Number 2, what is your favourite / least favourite part of staying at home or working from home? My favourite is that I get to make my own schedule. I get to be here for Alex and for my husband. My least favourite is probably the drop in income. Obviously now I have this YouTube channel, but I'm way too small to be making loads of money from it. So yeah, definitely the least favourite part is less money. Number 3, what is your favourite / least favourite chore? So my favourite chore is putting laundry away. I've mentioned this before, but I just love folding the clothes and putting them in wardrobes and chest of drawers and knowing that my family has clean clothes whenever they want. I don't know what it is about it. I love the smell of clean clothes as well, and it just makes me feel like I'm taking care of business. My least favourite would be cleaning skirting boards and that kind of stuff that you don't do very often. So, cleaning the oven. I hate cleaning the oven would probably be my least favourite. Definitely, 100%. Number 4, what time do you wake up / go to bed? So I wake up every day during the week at 7:30. That's because I have to take Alex to school every day, so he has to be in for 9 o'clock. So we leave around 8:30, 25 to 9 kind of thing. Make sure he's there in plenty of time. I hate being late, hate it. So we're always early, but I don't mind that. And then what time do you go to bed? Now, I am a night owl. I have been quite good, and Paul and I sort of come to bed around 10:30. But then we read a little bit and it's probably about 11:30. But that is 100 times better than it used to be. I would quite happily go to bed at 1 o'clock, 1:30. So yes, since Alex started school, I've been doing that, and it's made it a lot easier for me. So number 5, do you put anything on in the background while you clean / work, cook, like TV, radio, podcast? 99% of the times I don't. I don't need it. I quite enjoy the quiet time. Like if Alex is around, he'll have telly or he'll be playing or that kind of stuff, and that is plenty for me. But even if I'm on my own, I enjoy just getting on with it. I get quite focused, or unless the only reason why I would put something on is if I taped some program that I really enjoy watching, like Scandal or Grey's Anatomy, something like that. And then if I'm dusting downstairs, or I'll put the telly on and watch it while I go. Number 6, do you get dressed most days or stay in PJs? I get dressed 99.9%. unless I'm feeling a little bit under the weather and I don't have to go anywhere. Obviously, during the week, I have to take Alex to school, but I also find that if I get dressed, then I'm ready. If I decide I want to go out, I'm ready. Yeah, I like getting dressed, for sure. 7, how often do you do your hair and makeup? Hair, very rarely. This is my go-to get up, you know. I just put it in a ponytail and off I go. I do sometimes straighten it, but more often than not, this is how I wear my hair. I'm usually cleaning or cooking, and I don't like hair everywhere, right? I like it out of my face. And makeup, how often do you do your makeup? I do makeup most days, not a lot. As you guys can see, there's a lot to be left to be desired, but I try and put a little bit of something on. I mean, this is me with some foundation on. I don't like loads and loads of makeup, mainly because I don't know how to do it, but yeah, so I do it most days. Number 8, what is your trouble zone or area in your home that needs the most help? I don't really feel like I have a trouble zone as such. The only area that sometimes gets a bit messy is my under the stairs cupboard, because I tend to throw bits in there, but I do try and keep on top of it so it doesn't stay messy for very long, but that is probably the main issue here. Number 9, how often do you find yourself getting distracted? Not very often. I get on with what I have to do. I always I'm a list maker, so I make lists, and that helps me keep focused, and I just get on and do what I have to do. Number 10, do you enjoy staying at home or do you miss going to a job every day? I love being at home. I do not miss work. In actual fact, I dread it. Just the thought of going back to work, I don't like it. I haven't. So Alex was 1 when I went back to work, and I worked for about a year, and then we moved. So I've been home for 3 years, and I absolutely love it. And if I can help it, I will not go back to full-time work. Obviously, I have my YouTube channel, and I put every spare minute that I have into it. You guys might not think so, but I try and put out good content for you guys, good videos, fun videos, but also based around my life, you know, like, so what I do every day. So yeah, I do not want to go back to work. Number 11, what is your never-ending chore? It has to be laundry. You know, I empty the laundry basket, and by the evening there's stuff in it. You know, it's never ending, but I find 1 load a day keeps me on top of everything, and I really hate being backed up, and I'm not often running behind with the laundry because I tend to do at least 1 load every day. Number 12, what is your favorite way to relax or have me time? My favorite way to relax is watching TV. It's nothing. I love watching bad programs like The Real Housewives, stuff like Grey's Anatomy. Not saying that they're bad, but you know, just things where I don't have to put a lot of thinking effort into it, if that makes sense. I just want to relax, and I find I know I should probably say documentaries, but no, I don't watch documentaries, mainly because they stress me out, right? Because it's always about how bad our planet is, and I already think about that way too much. So if I'm trying to relax, I won't do that. I also enjoy reading, definitely watching YouTube videos, and yeah, sometimes I like having a bath. That's kind of it. That's it. Number 13, how often does your husband / significant other chip in? Now, my husband chips in all the time, to be honest. I do I do all of the housework. That's my choice. I'm at home, I can do that. My husband is in charge of the rubbish. He takes the rubbish out, you know, like I can empty a rubbish bin if he's not around, but if I can, I'll leave it until he comes home and let him do it. He also does the bath time routine with Alex. One, it helps him spend a little bit more time with Alex because obviously he's at work full time. And yeah, that helps me out loads. So if I was working, when I was working full time, we used to share all the chores between us. You know, he would do whatever and I would do whatever we needed to do to keep the house tidy. So he's good like that. Number 14, if you have kids, when do you find time to do chores? So Alex is at school, so I do all the chores when he's at school. The only thing I do when he's at home is dinner. And then in the evening, when he's in the bath, I take that time to do the like nighttime routine of tidying up and putting the dishes in the dishwasher, tidying the lounge. But when he was at home, I did it around him. I played with him for a little bit and then I would do something for a little bit. He's always been quite good. It's always been very important for me that he knows how to play on his own. Obviously, he doesn't have any other siblings, and I really, really didn't want him to need me 100% of the time and not be able to do anything by himself. So he plays really nicely by himself, but I also play with him as well. So just, you know, a little bit of everything. Number 15, how do you balance being a homemaker and creating YouTube content? Right, so I schedule everything. I know when I have to put videos out, and I've been doing okay, touch wood. You know, sometimes I'm in my office at 10:30 at night editing to make sure that my video is on when I promised it would be on. But overall, I try not to overdo it. Stuff like Vlogtober is intense. You know, it's a video every day and you have to come up with all these different ideas. But so far, it's been okay. And here's the thing you guys don't know is that I am actually really flaky. I get into stuff very quickly, but I fall out of love with stuff very quickly. So things that I've done in the past that I thought, oh, I know, I really want to craft. You know, I'll do that for a couple of weeks and then lose interest and then be like, meh, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. And that has not happened with YouTube. In fact, my husband pointed that out to me and said, you really must love doing this because usually you would have moved on to something else if you were bored. So I want you guys to know how much I enjoy making videos, and I hope it shows in the videos I put out for you how much I love doing this. So next question, 16, what is your favorite room in your home and why? Probably my office. I love having a space to do the YouTube stuff and be creative. I need order enabled to be creative, so I struggled a lot until I had my office to keep my ideas in check, and I have notepads here and everywhere. So I like coming in here and I have, this is the pad that I'm using at the moment, and I write all my ideas in here, and I write little scripts that I want to say, all that kind of stuff. So having a place that is somewhere I can just go and do that is fantastic. So my office is my favorite. What is your least favorite room in your home and why? I would have to say my kitchen, okay? Because I hate the cupboard colours. I hate the counter cover colours. It's probably one of the biggest kitchens I've ever had in the Married Quarter, but it is lacking. Someone came into my house the other day and actually pointed out, like, oh, your kitchen looks less like you, because I am so trying to keep the counters clear that it kind of has lost a little bit of my personality. So I feel a little bit lost in the kitchen because it's not somewhere that I love. It is definitely my least favorite room. Therefore, yeah, it looks it. I am a little bit lost when it comes to it at the moment, if that makes sense. Number 18, do you feel your home reflects your personal style? Why and why not? Yes, I think it totally reflects my personal style. I don't put colour on the walls just because I can't be bothered to then I have to paint everything back before I leave. So I never bother with that, which means then that I bring in a lot of colour with my soft furnishings and my pictures and all that kind of stuff. If this was my home, it would look different. I think for sure I would do more to it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think my home reflects who I am. I think it's happy, it's comfortable, it's colourful. That's me. Happy, colourful and comfortable for sure. Number 19. What does your house smell like? Well, it smells like whatever Scentsy pod I've got on. I love a house that smells nice. Not too strong. I don't want to walk in and be hit in the face with this super strong smell that gives me a headache. So I like hints. So I always choose softer smelling Scentsy, fruity, and something that's not aggressive for your nose. And also upstairs it tends to smell more like fresh clothes or freshly washed clothes, because I have a kind of homemade Febreze, you know, you guys make it with just the Unstoppables and water and whatever, and I spray that around a lot because I love the fresh of freshly laundered clothes. And finally, number 20, what is your strong point and weak point when it comes to homemaking? Okay, that's a hard one. So my strong point, I think, is that I like a tidy house and a clean house. So I will make sure that it looks tidy and clean at all times. Yeah. My weak point is definitely the fact that I hate deep cleaning. Okay, so I don't clean my oven very often, and I don't vacuum under my bed very often, pull out all the boxes and whatever. So I hate deep cleaning. Therefore, I rarely do it. Therefore, if you actually look closely at my house, it's not that clean. So, okay, guys, so that is it. That's the 20 questions. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to check out the other ladies that have done this tag before. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.